What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Fed Twins. Have you ever wondered what happens to all those ugly motherfucking fruit? Well, I have. Because, damn, we love apples, I'm telling you right now. And we go to the grocery store every single week to buy pink ladies.
What is the golden rule, Mark? First, are they cold? If they're cold, man, they look pretty. Do they have any touches? Well, if they're like has these marks, hell no.
Because we're freaking princesses right here. If they have a little dent in it, I'm not eating it. It's like the brown spot on the apple. Hell no. So that begs the question: where do all those motherfuckers go that have these brown spots or the dents, or they don't have the great color or not the form? Because if you think about it, all the fruits and all the veggies that you see in the supermarket, picture perfect. What happens to the rest?
Any ideas? 1 second. It reminds me of the meme where like, oh, women don't eat the banana with the brown spot, but then eat asshole.
Well, bro, you would know. Bro, it's so true though. It's so true.
It's us with the pink ladies. Anyways, so what happens with it? I mean, we definitely talked about Too Good To Go. That's one of the applications where you can just go, for example, if the bakery, something like this, have leftovers, they can just offer there and then have the like a wonder bag, and you buy like you pay way less, and then you get. Or for example, we did it also once with what was it?
Empanadas.
Empanada, exactly. So you have always good deals. I think bakeries have much better deals though.
All right, you're right with that. But I asked about fruit, motherfucker. So I'm not talking about bakeries, because Too Good To Go, I double checked. They have mostly restaurants, grocery stores, etc. But what happens to the fruit? So basically, farmers, the stuff that they can't sell to grocery stores because they're very picky, because they know that they have people like us, little princess and princesses. They're not gonna buy the apples that look funny or bananas that have a little bit of ditch or whatever it is. So they usually throw it on the garbage. Yet, there's a massive opportunity. So, and this one guy, or actually a team, like 4 people, 2018, found the same issue. They were picking apples, and they realized, hey, all the apples are on the floor. Nobody's picking them. They talked to the farmer. Long story short, they basically said, otherwise they have to throw it out. This guy fucking creates an e-commerce, like a Shopify, and grows the business.
In the US?
In the US. Near Philadelphia, he started. And grows the business incredibly fast. Then like COVID hits, and he thinks, okay, this is going to be the end. But boom, doesn't matter. COVID is obviously food. It's the main source. People online, they're like, fuck yeah, I don't have to go anywhere. Give me them apples. There we go. Grows it. Lucas, how much is 2018 they started. How much do you think they raised so far?
That's a good question. I'm assuming, how big is the team? Can you tell me the team? I'm assuming they raised, let's say, 30 million. More.
No.
What do they all do, right? Do they also facilitate the shipping, or do they just facilitate connecting people?
Okay. All right. So they started off with just fruits. Later on, they added different things. They added restaurants, they added grocery stores, they added suppliers such as like butchers and all that stuff. For example, cuts that are not sold. For example, I don't know, I guess in Europe, probably the chicken feet are not sold very often, like this, so that you can buy kind of stuff. So all this kind of stuff. So now they have between 1,000 and 5,000 employees, by the way.
Wow, that is insane. But do they do the deliveries, Mark? Back again,
they do all the shipping and everything as well.
Okay, shipping is all included. So they take it from the farmer, and then they store it, because they need at least a storage facility. Because otherwise, how do you, especially with fruits, which has to be moved very, very fast. So they need like big farmers. I'm assuming 100 million. That's my last bet, that I'm assuming that they raised with 5,000 employees.
All right.
Minimum.
Yes, sir. Still wrong. So they raised in the last round. They raised, in total, they raised 500 million, over 500 million.
Wow.
Yeah, it's insane. It is really, really crazy, that amount of money. But they also allegedly did 138 or something million in revenue last year. So
and valuation 2 billion. I just checked it out.
Exactly.
Which is crazy.
So they're grown really, really, really rapidly, and I think that what they're doing is really good, because food waste is such a shame. Because people like me, or like Lucas, they don't
Yeah.
like these fucking not perfect food items, now having a second chance, because otherwise it's just waste. And also that helps down then the supply chain, that could gives it, well, maybe that will even decrease the price of other apples,
I mean, in
because now you
general,
can also have the cheap ones.
I think that's the biggest problem why fruits are so expensive. Because first of all, they have so high standards. Well, not even standards. Let's say
Mhm.
um, measurements that they need to fulfill. For example, apple needs to be the minimum size, maximum size. Same with bananas, certain shape. Otherwise, they're not considered
That's so
for the
weird, right?
market.
Like I didn't even think about it, but you're right. They had to be a certain size. I mean,
Yeah,
think about this actually now. They sell in Lidl. I think in Aldi they do it really smart. Baby pink ladies. So they're
exactly.
basically using the super small ones and they put them in there. But I'm
Yeah,
guessing
and
they also still have that in the variants.
yeah, I mean, I'm sure they're just like they still have to hit probably certain criteria about looks and everything. But bro, it's very
Yeah.
smart. I never thought about the baby ones. It's probably just for the big ones.
Yeah,
They're
bro.
too small, and then they're just like, all right, let's put them in a pack of
Of
four,
course.
so it looks more fancy.
No, it was fucking genius. That's what I'm saying. It's fucking really, really cool. So I did not find any of this, by the way, for Germany. So Too Good To Go is the biggest one in Germany. In the UK, they have something similar, which is called
Oh, good to go
Oddbox.
from Germany. Okay.
Yeah, Oddbox, where they speak to growers and then they basically do the same thing as they did at the beginning in the US. So in the Germany, I didn't find it yet. So maybe there's still an opportunity. Maybe there we need to do some more further research. But it's super super cool, and I like the idea. It is super interesting. Well, let's talk about what they're doing now, right? Because I just teased it a little bit,
Please,
but
Mark,
I think
tease me
so.
more.
All right, I'll tell you. I tease you. I tease you, boy. Okay, so now leftover. I told you this end pieces. Then discoloration. Apparently, that's a fucking thing. So, like, let's
Yeah,
say
if they
a
don't hit the
pink
color,
lady
yeah,
is
pink color is not.
exactly.
Yeah.
Then excess inventory. I didn't know that. That
Hmm.
farmers and producers that have too many items, so that
Oh,
helps
okay.
them sell that. Then packaging issues, so outdated branding
What do you
or
What do you think, Mark?
mislabel.
Why? What, for example, what's the time with fruits, right? Because, for example, I don't know how long they can stay good, right? How long
Well,
you
you're
can
talking about
still.
shelf. But look, we're not talking about fruits anymore. We're talking about anything now, any
Hmm.
kind of food.
Hmm.
So this could be a beer can. This could be any kind of packaging, maybe chips, even anything.
Hmm.
It has nothing to do with fruits
Wow.
anymore. This is everything from meat to fruits to, I mean, they're showing here liquid death, which is beer. Then near best by date, so like expiration date, too big to small fruits and vegetables. We have saw this already. So they have everything: wine, snacks, sweets, dairy,
Mark,
eggs, coffee, tea, meat, seafood.
I think
Crazy.
liquid death is water, by the way.
Oh, liquid death is water.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
crazier,
It was
bro.
water,
That's
by mountain
sparkling
water flavor,
water.
sparkling water, exactly. So, yeah,
What
one
kind
of
of?
these.
So it's like outdated packaging, I guess. There in
Yeah,
that case.
yeah.
So that is super super
I
crazy
like
how
the
far
vibe
they
of the
have gone into
website,
that.
bro. The website just looks like a farmer's market. So, I think it's very, very cool. Let me just quickly share the screen.
Oh yeah, I like it as
Or
well.
like a tab, Chrome tab. Here we go. It's quite interesting if you look at it. Then it's just a farmer's market here, like super cool. Like 40% off. Yeah, look, 20% off, 9%.
So one of the things that I was thinking about is so and Too Good To Go. I try to sign up, by the way. Just
Mhm,
not side note, and they really should just have to. You have to be able to find yourself your store or something in the whatever login they have.
mhm.
So if your business doesn't, you can't find it, sucks to suck.
Yeah, I mean, they also need to require
So
certain standards, right? Otherwise, everybody can just like start selling their shit as distribution. So I think that's why they're doing it on Too Good To Go. All right, Mark. I love the find or the. I think it's really, really cool. I never thought about something like this exists. I mean, we've tried or Too Good To Go, but I guess of course makes sense that there's a marketplace for that, and also you get good
yeah,
discounts.
but
Like,
it's different. Too Good To Go is still like gross. Like this is high up the food chain, and we're talking about so much further down, like further up. Sorry, where it's just like the producers, which is
yeah,
insane.
I mean, just like outdated packaging, perfect. It's like who gives a fuck about the packaging?
No
That
one.
is super cool. All right, Mark, I brought you another topic, which I just quickly want to talk about. How about
Ooh,
the other
nice.
day? Well, 2 weeks ago, we talked about AI layers, right? We talked about AI agents
Yeah.
and how they're going to basically replace entire teams. Okay. Now, I want to bring you a Y Combinator startup called Humanlayer, which is very,
Mm-hmm.
very interesting. And they're also making a good point. We were making the point that in the future, everything will be completely automated, and you have basically entire agents that take over entire departments. But what
Yeah.
if certain things require like approval, etc., right? For example, you're doing for example, email, reach out, etc. But you're not trusting 100% LLMs, so you still want to first approve them, right? So problem is right now, if you are a normal developer or anyone who works with LLMs, you have a chat interface, so you still have to work
Mm-hmm.
with it, etc. Now, with what Humanlayer does is basically it's an API, an SDK, where you can integrate it into your agents. And then, for example, you get a message into Slack. So, for example, you say you do email outreach.
Ah,
Um,
nice.
you do email outreach to say for cold leads, and then once the cold leads, you say the LLM does all the work, gets the information, etc., writes a message, etc., and then sends you a message on Slack. Hey, Mark, can you approve this message? Is this good? I want to reach out to these 3 people with this message. And then you can say, well, I like it, but could you make it a little bit more, I don't know, more funnier or more relaxed? Or give also, can you include the 20% discount? Then it rewrites it, and then you just set approve, and then it will directly be approved, and the process keeps going, right? Or for example, so basically what Humanlayer does, if it has a problem, it can reach out to
Mm-hmm.
humans. So not humans reaching out to LLMs or to agents, but agents reaching out to them. Just for example, if they're getting stuck at certain things or they need approval, especially when it's because the biggest problem is if you're building an agent or agents in general to be very, very functional or very, let's say, bring a lot of value, they
Yeah.
also have like they're dealing with high stake things that can also fuck up very badly, right? So for example,
Ah, okay.
so
Yeah,
these
so
are
similar to what our friend they told us on Saturday, right? With the email automation within Amazon, and that he still double checks every email because it could fuck up big time, and then you could
yeah,
get in deep shit.
yeah.
Ah,
So
I
it's
like it.
basically human approval for high stake operations.
So
Um
like a quality assurance, the only thing you have to do is
exactly.
QA.
I mean, before when you
Ah,
did the reach out, first of all, what you could do is just have a standardized email. Hey, XYZ, and then you have that message and then xyz, and then it just fills it out, so it's automated, it's not personalized. Now when you do personalized outreach, you can either say LLM take Jesus take the wheel, reach out, right, and then it
mm-hmm.
sends all the messages. But then again, it can also fuck up big time, and you don't maybe want that. That's where you can say, hey, agent, do all the research, LinkedIn, etc. Write me a message, and I want to be the final approver. It approves and then keeps sending. So it's basically you are just like a supervisor, human supervisor, who just gives a thumbs up, thumbs down, and then directly in Slack or something like this gives the input, and then you can just send it on the way, good to go, which I think is really, really smart. There,
I like it. Super cool. It makes it. I mean, because one of the things is that AI can be wrong, and end of the day, this will make you so much faster. At least until AI is so much further advanced that it doesn't even need you anymore. And
still
then, yeah,
sometimes
I
you
like
still
it.
want to have the approval, right? Because in the end, before you're sending something out, imagine whose fault is it when you have like with bigger deals, and you say, oh yeah, the LLM just had a little hiccup, and then
Oh,
thousands of
100%. But I
dollars,
was
etc.
talking about when it's so in advance that, like general AI will basically do it all, right?
Yes, but I still believe there will be some kind of approval in there for certain tasks. I mean, it can automate a lot, but still, if it comes out to the customer and it can, we're dealing off big contracts, you still want to have human approval. And this can also be with integrations of databases, etc. You can automate it or do the AI do all most of the work, but you still want to have a human there to approve things or decline it or say, hey, please change it a little bit different. So I think that's very, very cool. And yeah, they got into YC this fall batch. So they're the one we applied to, which I think started at end of September, which now till December. Now I think they have a now demo day, something like this. Really, really cool. Like it. The founder was actually he was started coding at 17 at NASA. And
Damn.
yeah, super cool dude. Excited to see what's gonna happen in the future. But I'm assuming he will be doing really, really great, because that's something that especially we've been trying also with working with AI agents. And yeah, that's one of the things. Sometimes it's just a black box and you don't know what to prove, etc. Well, you don't even prove. You're just like, it happens, spits you out a result. And so the approval process would help a lot. Also, like improving the process. So yeah, that's for me, Mark. Oh, and of course, everybody, if you like this podcast, feel free to leave a comment, and of course, subscribe, share it with your friends. And Marky boy, that's it. Let's go, buddy. And of course, guys, catch you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.